Hello. Welcome to the Versatility Cup by Owly. This is 4 new and unknown maps by Imperium mapping in a cup format. 5 rounds a map, 3 winners through finalist. The points limit is 500 and the point system is 25, 22, 20, 18, blah 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 blah. You'll figure it out. Brand new maps rotating, so we'll see them multiple times. 20 rounds minimum for somebody to win, or 21 rounds. 20 to get, if they win every single round, that would be very impressive. We're getting at least 21 rounds of gameplay from the finalist. And yeah, we are starting off with Rakuten Hudala. I'm not going to try and pronounce that again. This is an Owly map. I assume that the maps are all going to have their actual mapper name on them. Let's just start off letting the game pick for us with auto, and then once we've got a little bit of a hierarchy, we will bomb the manual. This is going to be a good tournament. I'm told the maps are good. There's a good number of people on as well for a Friday evening. Let's go following aspect right now. Off the top, I've accidentally pressed the button, there we go. Got all the names. Name out the front, Levon of course here, Arian getting to play for once, Jozo's in. Aspect doing pretty well, holding up at the front. Levon shoots off like a rocket out of that corner. Name Aspect, Jozo right in it. Jozo just dropping back a little bit. Aspect's got a good exit on that corner, but runs it wide through here. Flowing around across the blacktop scenery. Will bump up, good drift. Jozo round, no, good speed. Loses a lot there though. Jozo's into a wall. Aspect just manages to hold on. Levon in first place, Aspect second, Gnome third, Revet, Kaspar, Jozo, Arian, Axion, Straw, Banana Apple, Chris. Looks like Jaffa coming in, and then Harry Mac. Very nicely done. We shall go for the manual camera, and now I'm going to have to actually try and think. Good run there though. This map waited 5 months. Damn. Off we shoot. So many people crashing out at the start on both sides of the line. Aspect right at the back of the bunch right now. Arian's hit a wall. Levon and Jozo out front right now. Jozo running a little bit wide through there, but gets a good exit. Crashes into the wall, and Aspect's also crashed into the wall, but they're still going strong. We're going to get on with Gnome at the back of this pack. Straw slowing down. Levon making an absolute break for it, as is common every time we see a tournament like this. So consistent, so good at learning the maps very quickly. Not much more I can do to glaze the guy who's going to win. Chris having a fantastic second round. Jaffa up there, Banana Apple picks it up. Completely different lineup really, everything's switched. Levon still taking the win though. Chris, Jaffa, Banana Apple, Kaspar, Gnome, Straw, Aspect, Jozo, Arian, Axion, and Harry Mac is in. That's going to change things up quite a bit in the round overall. Aspect surprisingly keeping it in second place. That was pretty much an opposite. Chris comes second and then buggers off. That's not what you're supposed to do. Let's get on with Jaffa, who appears to have taken the back at the start here. Nice inside line there. Gives a bit more speed. Few players getting a rough bump there, kind of on an angle. We're going to be going much more straight down through there. Nicely done into the drift. Few people dropping back. Didn't see any major crashes, but a lot of people overlanding the auto slides and losing a lot of speed. Levon out in front, but Jozo doing a decent job to push it to him. Coming through, Levon's hit the wall! And it's Jozo that takes it, followed by Jaffa just sniping out Kaspar on the line, equaling their times. Arian Straw, Aspect, Gnome, Axion, Banana Apple, Levon, and Harry MC. Wow, that last corner, Levon smashing it into the wall right at the last second. Let's hop on board with Aspect. Where are you going to be? Slightly slow start. Curse of the commentator. You're watching Revek. Jaffa goes on the low side of that. It's a good line, and then it sets up low for this, and it gets a good point there. A couple of people hitting the wall, dropping out of this fight. Gnome and Levon battling themselves up. Kaspar's putting himself into a good position. Jozo with a decent speed through this corner. Levon, look at him, he's way out in front. What can stop him? The final wall has proven to be difficult. Right round, Aspect clips the wall. Levon survives this time, takes it by a huge margin over Jozo, followed by Gnome in third place. Kaspar, Jaffa, Aspect, Banana Apple, Arian, Axion, Straw, and Harry MC dropping through on the finish. Good placements though, good placements. And finishing every round, what more can you ask for? Off we go again. This should be the final round for this map. Let's drop back, and Gnome is right at the back, having a terrible start here. Clips again. Someone's out the back there I didn't quite catch the name of. Revek's out. Axion's just hit a wall. Straw runs it wide. Levon out the front as usual. Kaspar in second place this time. Levon being consistently first is less of the problem here for everybody. It's more that nobody seems to be able to consistently come second place. People are coming so far behind as well. But Banana Apple has sniped and tied with Levon, taking a 43-42 beautiful time. Levon in second place. Kaspar, Jozo, Aspect, Gnome, Straw, Revek, Axion, Arian. Didn't really see the rest of them. Here are your points after map number 1. Remember, we are racing for 500 points. And, I mean, yeah, look at that. I said that it was unlikely that anybody got the 100% win rate and that we finish in 21. Levon's trying for it, though. 1 round missed so far. What map have we got up next, and can I pronounce it? Can I run it is another question. Look at the scenery on this. Apparently it hits around 15,000 coppers. Scenery by Annoying Dog. RP 18,000 coppers. This warm-up had better be something. Full RPG. The GPS is there for anybody who wants to take it. I think people are going to need to take this GPS. Here. Crash the GPS. No, I'm not going for it. We're not going to be able to see the GPS anyway if somebody does crash into it. So hopefully, whoever it is, it's very much been... Okay, Gnome... That's not... Okay, crashing that isn't the GPS, apparently. Wow. This is a hell of a map, especially since there's multiple known ways to go. That actually work. Like, we've seen Gnome take a few different routes. Like here, this looks smooth. There's an arrow that says do a 180. Do you drop down here and then through here? Yeah, there's only one route that works, but for a learning cup, how long have we got for... I suppose we've got for warm-up however long until somebody finishes the map, plus 30 seconds or whatever. So, as soon as someone finishes the map, everybody else has 30 seconds to learn the rest of the map. This is rough for a cup like this. But it does look like an incredible map. Absolute noob killer jump here. It is fortunately respawnable. Oh, it's a long push back. Let's get on board with Levon. The time has gone. Oh goodness. Let's see. I know Levon took the GPS. So hopefully Levon knows what they're doing. Let's just go on board with Levon. They got the furthest into the map that I saw, and definitely took the GPS. So interesting full respawn there from Levon. We're still just, I'm just going to stay on Levon and hope for the best because I don't have a clue who's where. Okay, maybe we don't then. Wait, caps lock turns auto on. Never mind. Is anybody further in? Okay, this seems to be the front pack at the minute. Arian, Jozo, Caspar. We did see Levon and Gnome get to this. It's a pretty easy route, but can you find the route in Discovery? Oh, is that intended? I think Jozo hit the GPS as well. Gnome was struggling to just find the GPS because there is a big sign that says GPS, to be fair. Wait, you're supposed to just drive through the floor? Mapper, rough for Jozo, honestly. Levon's managed to get up. I have a feeling there may be some complaints. And I also have a feeling... Yeah. Okay, there's the finish. Levon in second place. Caspar manages to get the first place. Are we going to see Banana Apple pull it off? So you're supposed to drive through the dirt huts. Incredible move. Let's see, who are we going to go on with? Let's watch Caspar, who was able to get to the finish first. And you would think, potentially, has the best shot, but clips on the first drop. Let's get on board with Levon. It's going to be a really tough one to spectate, since clipping is just going to absolutely wreck you. And you're going to have to respawn. That is true RPG. I might play this map just because, outside of Discovery type tournaments, this is probably a decent way to learn RPG. But to have to learn it in 2 minutes before a tournament starts, that's pretty rough. Good run right now from Levon. This is absolutely on pace. Fast learn on this. Rough. Very rough. We are going to be coming back here though. Caspar now. Aspect in second place. Caspar fairly far back, just behind Jozo. Can't tell who's where. It's so spread all over the place. Pretty much everyone who's got a chance at this should have worked this out. If any players didn't work it out, that's going to be a tough one. Only 4 finishers. Points very low. Here we go again. Who are we going to jump on board with? Let's get on board with Jozo. Never mind. Curse of the commentator as soon as I get there. A lot of players having good times. A lot of people dropping out now. And all of a sudden we're down to 4, then 3, then possibly 2 if Aspect clips this and can't make it across. Can make it across. Okay, more people coming back. Levon's out the front. Caspar in second. Nab's doing well in third. Arian's up there. Aspect doing decently. A couple of players just far behind. Everybody round. They've worked out the wall bang. It's a terrible wall bang from Aspect. Can he get up? Just about. Arian doing well. Levon having a banger of a run. Aspect just about makes it round that corner. And we have quite a few players across the line this time. Levon, Nabs, Arian, Aspect, Caspar, Axion. It might be easy considering what Annoying Dog usually makes, but at the same time, is that easy enough for rounds discovery? This is a good beginner RPG map though, I would say that, from the looks of things. Another round, another time. Let's see if we don't kill Jozo by jumping on board with them. Off and up the ramp, nicely done. Axion just in the back of this group, so Straw's dropping off the back. Someone's hit the wall very hard. I think that was Aspect. Lavon's just smashed into a wall. Nabs is going well. Keeping the speed a lot better than Jozo through here. Jozo takes that turn a little bit better, stays completely connected to the floor through that bumpy section. Nice drop down into the dirt. How's your wallbang? Doesn't go for it. Fair play. The wallbang did seem slightly inconsistent from Aspect's run on this. Got absolutely no idea what the groups are, so I'm just going to let Jozo go through. Looks like nobody's particularly behind. Aspect coming from nowhere. He had a big crash earlier. I think Jozo just gets in front of Levon, followed by Axion. Straw's in there. We are waiting for more Caspars through. Then Nabs. Gnome's just crashed. Jaffa's going to go into the finish. Gnome doesn't make it. Rip to that crash. I think we have one more round here. Who are we going on board with? Caspar's been having good runs and we haven't been on board with them. Let's go and make them crash. How's Jaffa ended up over there? I do not know. Somebody's just retired. Jozo nearly clips that wall. Has to brake very hard. Gnome coming through with high speed. Levon nowhere to be seen right now. Might have just peeked into view from behind. Gnome looking to make up for lost time on that last one after crashing the finish and getting brutally unable to gain any points. Levon's through with style through that one tech turn on the map. Caspar's just crashed. I'm not sure if... I don't think you'd want to intentionally crash there. You do want to slow down somewhat, but not that much. Not a great up on the top. Levon takes the win. Aspect, Axion, Caspar, Gnome, Jozo, Straw should be able to get through here comfortably. Arian's just gone through. Jaffa in. Harry is not going to make it. Still right back at the spawn. Incredibly difficult map to learn in this sort of contest. But towards the end, more people were starting to get finishes, so we should be able to hopefully see quite a few finishes next time this map comes around. If it does at all, actually, thinking about it. If you got roughly 20 rounds, I don't think we're getting through twice. So it could be all over and done with on the next, on the first map of the second rotation. Dirt map. That is a Banana Apple specialty. So let's watch there. Levon's still not bad at it, let's face it. This is the June map. June is in the month, not June as in the book and movie and all that. Nice little finish as well. So some standard flowy dirt, a little bit of an engine off dirt, which, to be honest, I like an engine off dirt section. It means I don't have to worry about gears at all. Can't mess up your gears if your engine's off. But then as soon as the engine comes back on, you're probably in the wrong gear, so there you go. We'll stay on board with Banana Apple to start off this round. Off we go. Route flows optimized by you. That's worrying. That's a risky line, but I think it's probably doable to engine off skip. But that's a rough one from Banana Apple, taking it in there. We're going to have to jump onto Aspect, who is here. Kaspar's crashed, Axion's out. Jozo, very slow. Straw running it wide, catches the corner. Levon's out front, followed by Jaffa. Arian, Gnome, Jozo crashes. Aspect tight up the top. Probably does make sense to scrub off a lot more speed there. Since going wide, you're going to have a lot more speed, but you're going to be in a very difficult position for the line. Go again. We're on board with Aspect, taking it wide out the start to try and gain more speed. Staying wide dirt. Absolutely no skips. Attempts. Merved crashes, retires. Levon out front. Fought by Banana Apple. Arian at the back of this group right now. We'll stay on board with Arian to watch this battle between Banana Apple and Levon. Straw coming up in a decent place. Banana Apple slows down on the exit, probably clipped. Arian's there. Levon into the finish. Banana Apple tried to push through, but didn't quite make it. Arian pips him to the post, followed by Straw, Gnome, Jaffa, Jozo, Harry MC, Aspect, Nabs, Axion. Is Verax going to get to the finish? Absolutely not. They did join mid-round, I think. I do think it is probably possible to skip that engine off, but you're going to have to go absolutely full gas at it. We will stay on board with Arian for this one. Furax going well through the middle. Levon mid-packing, but with good speed exiting. Furax way out in front right now. Banana Apple just behind. Levon catches up, overtakes. Nicely done. Arian all the way to the edge of the corner. A couple of people clipping. Jaffa had a fantastic run through there. Arian and Jaffa just gained quite a lot of places. Levon and Furax right now battling it out for that top spot. Furax slightly better right now, but goes weird. But Levon clips the wall. Slow. Arian, terrible finish. Goes from second to fourth. Furax takes the win, followed by Levon, Banana Apple, Arian, Gnome, Jaffa, Aspect, Axon, Straw, Jozo, Merved, and Harry MC. And Nabs just about pops across the line at the last second. Arian having a flyer of a start. Let's get on board with somebody further towards the back. We'll be with Straw, who's looking quite good, gets a massive bug. Gnome's just absolutely died. Merv's still in it, hasn't retired yet. Jaffa's dead out the back. Let's get on board with Axion, who seems to have a good view of the front of the race and is trying to catch up to it, overtaking Levon. That's a poor move from Aspect, I think it was. Pushes up too hard onto the inside. Arian takes the win, leading from the front the whole way. Banana Apple, Levon, Axion, Straw, Aspect, Nabs, Jozo, Harry, Jaffa, Gnome, all across the line. Current point standings looking pretty good. Levon way out in front, of course. Arian and Aspect tied. Jozo and Straw quite close to each other. Gnome just not far behind. Axion, Kaspar, Banana Apple in a good fight, I would say. Nabs out in front over Harry MC. Apologies for the yawning. And Jaffa left for the RPG map, and that has screwed a lot of people over, that RPG map. Axion, absolute death through that engine off section. Couple of people bumping the wall. Arian gets away with it by the looks of things. Massive smash up. I'm going to say that's Banana Apple considering the chat message that just came through. Levon's clipped a wall. Somebody else also clipping at a wall. Thorax is right out in front. Goes slow around the top. Arian into the lead. Followed by Jaffa, Thorax, Jozo, Axion, Straw, Aspect, Merved, Harry MC, Nabs and Gnome. 5 good map runs on that one. Very tight. Very interesting to see people trying to go for certain skips in bits of rounds. Very rough. What are the points going to look like after that round? Come on, points load. There we go. Levon at the top on 320, then followed by Arian, Aspect, Jozo. Aspect and Arian quite close together. Jozo fairly far behind. Straw, Gnome separated by quite a bit. Gnome and Axiom very close. Casper, Banana Apple probably in a fight there. Nabs could overtake Banana Apple, so two sides of it from Banana Apple. Try and run away from Nabs and catch up to Casper. And the next map is a Owly and Flannel map. Could be very interesting. Looks like a mixed surface map for sure. Nice finish, I like that. We will see where we end up. I was too busy looking at the scores to figure out what's going on. I just assume all wall bangs are intended on TMNF. If it's Nadeo, it wasn't intended, but community, usually it's intended, or at least kind of known about. Because I think most players testing a map will crash a wall, and my first thought is, wait, what if I didn't break before this corner and I just crashed this wall? You know, you don't break enough and you crash the wall, and then your first thought is, what if I crashed that on purpose? Straw's had a fantastic start right there. Levon way out of it. Looks like Naum quite close. Everybody's catching up to Straw very quickly. Nabs is up there. We're going to get on board with Axion, who's at the back of this main pack. Gnome's still in there. Nabs having a good one. Banana Apple out in front now. Couple of tech turns to go. Jaffa's just smashed into that wall. And it is Banana Apple holding off across the line from Straw, Nabs, Gnome, Axion, Levon, Arian, Jozo, Jaffa, Harry MC, Jofo, Aspect coming across the line right before the end. Just enough. One part bugged because Unlimiter. Cracking. I really need to turn Unlimiter off. The number of bugged reports I'm seeing. Off we go again. Let's get on board with Straw, who had such a good start on the last map. What are you doing differently? Someone's had a big crash at the back there. Furax doing well. Came to the party late, so probably won't figure in the overall. But has a chance to steal some points from people. Unless you're going to crash a wall and insta-retire, forgetting that this is rounds. Possibly. Or just try to get out of it. Big turn. Levon out in front quite strongly here. Straw doing well. Good on dirt and on tech. Levon takes the line. Straw in second. Closely followed by 0.02 by Banana Apple. Then Jozo, Jofo, Aspect, Axion, Arian. Try saying that 3 times fast. Jaffa, Merved, Nabs, Harry and Gnome. More players coming through. That can mean less players scoring points if something goes badly. Look at that time from Levon. Massively ahead on the Dedimania side of things on the records. Massively ahead of everybody else. And right now we see that again. Let's drop back through Axion towards the back of this pack. We will, I think, jump onto Jaffa. We haven't watched Jaffa too much. Let's go ruin your race. Nabs dropping back through the field. Jaffa gaining some speed. What a beautiful turn. Jaffa's out in front but goes just too wide and clips the wall, gets a slowdown. Almost the absolute perfect turn. Out in front it's Jozo followed by Levon, but Levon pips Jozo in the final turn, gets a 39.99. It's Levon from Jozo, Jofo, Straw, Aspect, Jaffa, Gnome, Mers, Nabs, Axiom, Banana, Harry and Arian bringing up the rear. I need a drink. Keep getting fucked up by the transition. It is difficult through here. There's quite a few people clipping. We see like Jaffa just clips there. Arian clips as well. I think Jozo in a good position to spectate. Jofo just behind. Banana Apple coming through slowly. Gnome gets a beautiful corner through here. Look at the speed of Gnome. Jozo going fast but absolutely smashes into it. I think Aspect in a good position to spectate now. Levon just out in front but not by too much. Definitely catchable in this last couple of corners. Gnome on the chase, going through nicely. Everybody's so tight in this final pack, and it's going to be Levon from Gnome, Banana Apple, Jofo, Straw, Aspect, Merv, Axion, Arian, Jaffa, Harry, Jozo. Fantastic round there. So many people so close. I mean, look at how many people there are. 5 people in the 39 range on that run. Setting some absolute banger records. Let's see what people can pick up on this one. Couple of people crashing out pretty early there. Aspect dropping off the back. Let's get on board with Merv here. Gnome cuts in too early. I think maybe gets a no slide there. Jofo just out in front. Levon overtakes through that corner. Jaffa hot on their heels with Banana Apple. Couple of different lines through here, whether you take faster or slower exit speed. Bombing in. Unfortunate line from whoever just crashed into that wall. I didn't quite catch the name. It looks like Levon is through, followed by Jaffa, Jofo, Banana Apple, Merved, Aspect, Jozo, Action, Gnome, Arian, Straw. And when we look at the scores, we see, like, yes, Levon's winning every round, but it's not just that Levon's winning pretty much every round. It's also that the second place player keeps changing. And if every time the second place player changes, like, we're going to get a lot of rounds, because Aspect and Arian are right next to each other, and Jozo is not far away. 1 point behind is Straw. This fight for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th place, it's hotting up right now. We're definitely going round. Levon might be taking this pretty convincingly, and by winning most rounds is also putting themselves in a good position to very quickly close out finalist. But here we go. We are back on the tech map of this, and we will see a lot of people crashing at the start like that. Go a little bit too wide, you're going to bounce too high on the ramp and catch the knuckle. And if you go too inside, then there's a good chance that you're going to catch the black borders of the road and crash on those instead. Beautiful lines through here. Merv just deciding to completely come to a stop. Levon through here. This is where we saw Levon have some trouble on one of the rounds. Coming very slow through that last section. And then, of course, crashing that hilariously from the front. Nearly had a perfect set. And now we go. Will Levon be able to take it? 25 points per round, so needs at least 3 rounds won or second places to be able to take this. So we'll start off on Levon and see what happens. Levon crashing into the wall. Probably won't win this one from this position. Still in the fight to gain some good points at least. Oh, sorry, punched the microphone. What on earth? Unlucky for Levon. Get on board with Arian because the fight's going on at the front. We have a crash just there into a wall. Nice slides through this corner. Beautiful line there from Jozo. Arian coming wide, having to avoid that last corner. Running it through, keeping the good speed. Serlo in a very good position to overtake Arian, take a third place. Up and on to the side. Jozo takes the win, followed by Aspect, Arian, Serlo, Banana Apple, Merved, Gnome, Levon, Jaffa, Jofo, Jacob, Harry. And Levon gets 13 points, which I think still makes it... No, it doesn't. It does not make it possible. Why is it lagging so hard? What on earth? Okay, I've still got good FPS. Not quite sure what was happening. Straw definitely needs to fix their Wi-Fi. Yes. There is no way for Levon to take this one. Let's get on board with Jozo, who had the win on the last round. Couple of people crashing, like I said. Very difficult on through that section. Really flying around this corner. Jaffa takes the inside line still. That's very interesting. Possibly playing with cars off. Can't see everybody else because it doesn't give as good of an exit. He's so far in. Jozo slowing down. Look at this pack of cars. There is no gaps between the front of the race except for Levon, who is way out in front. Let's get on board. Oops, that is not the right car. Arian. Levon perfect through there. Serlo has to slow down just before the finish. It's Levon from Aspect, Jofo, Serlo, Arian, Jaffa, Banana Apple, Merved, Straw, Gnome, Jacob, Jozo, and Harry MC. And Spiddy comes across the line late. And a lot of players, yeah, people losing points because there are new players. If you're going to crash and come back, we did not have 12 players the first time around. So if you're going to crash slowly and come back, gonna be difficult. Let's hop on board with I was gonna say Serlo, but they've just crashed. But they're still in the fight. Here we go. Levon needing to take this one. Oh, still can definitely take this in this set. Possibly, I think would get to finalist here and then would have to finish it off in the next map. At the minute, if my maths is right on how many rounds and how many points are left, needs at least 2 more rounds. We should finish it up in 2 rounds, especially if he's going to come second just here. Jofo from Levon, Jozo, Serlo, Straw, Arian, Gnome, Banana Apple, Jaffa, Jacob, Harry, Aspect, and Speedy does not quite get to the finish. Levon next round will be taking finalist unless they don't finish, but guaranteed if the points come through. Aspect and Arian are very close. Jozo's Straw fight has dissipated slightly, but the Gnome Banana Apple fight has come into effect. Axion's lost out on this fight somewhere along the line. Let's hop on to the Arian Aspect fight. So here's Arian Aspect right in front. Perfect pick. Could have picked Aspect. Serlo out in front right now. Levon, doesn't matter where you come right now. You can take a chill one. Serlo, big crash. Levon now leads. Realistically, Levon, it doesn't matter where Levon comes. So Gnome coming through. Merved in the picture, just overtakes Gnome at the last second. Arian takes the win. Banana Apple just about tying with Arian. So Banana Apple taking points away from Aspect. So close. And that's rough for Aspect. That is rough for Aspect. And now Arian and Aspect are tied. We have finalist for Levon. Levon could close it out this time. Let's get on board with Levon and watch, see if they can close it out. Nice run through the first couple of corners. This is the last round on this map. My maths was bad. We had 1 extra round. Good run through there. Jozo hits the wall. Levon out in front. We're just going to watch Levon on this finalist mode until Levon goes through. Nice drift around this corner. Gets super close to that wall. Tight on the inside. Beautiful. One wheel just dipping across that. gap absolutely perfectly. Having a flyer on this last corner. I'm not sure. That looked good enough to take a new best time. That did indeed. To win the game, Levon takes the Deddy one, the local one. This is the last time we're going to see this map. And takes first place. We continue to play for 3 winners. For second and third place. But absolute demolishing the field. Arian and Aspect still staying very close here. Before anybody even managed to get 400 points, Levon got 500 and a win. What a madman. What a madman. We're over to the RPG map. This could rip things up incredibly badly as we're coming to the end of this. It is possible if... In fact, it's likely that Arian and Aspect, if they can come like first, second, third consistently for all 3 of these, all 5 rounds of this, they will get to finalist. But they will need all 5 rounds to get to finalist. And this is the RPG map, so it could be difficult. New players may want to spectate the warm-up, but honestly, you might just want to make sure you find the GPS. Not easy to find though, to be fair. It's a tricky map. Hopefully enough people have got it this time, because it was rough the first time round with people not knowing where to go. But with people, as long as people know where to go, it should be fine. This map is pretty good, but first time learning it, really tricky. And yeah, massively overcut scenery, we said it before. 18,000 coppers. Oh, we do get to watch the GPS if we watch someone who goes to the GPS. Damn. Did not know that, but apparently it also puts us to auto. Ooh, big hit. Spiddy has decided not happening. Let's take a look. Who are we going to watch? I think we've got to watch the Arian Aspect fight, because on the points, that's what really matters right now. Jozo could possibly have it and is good on this sort of map, but Jozo can't get into finalist this round, this map. Whereas Arian and Aspect can. So we will be watching that Arian and Aspect fight. They've got a few points that they can lose on this round, but they will have to finish fairly high up on all of them. Aspect way off the back right now. Jozo is out in front, has crashed in a very bad place. Gnome just behind Jaffa has a massive crash, and Banana Apple's through. Where's Aspect? Way off the back. Arian in a good place, but Arian going slow, has to take a safer line. Where is Aspect is the important part right now for Arian. Coming through to the finish. Aspect right there. Both of them have had crashes. Who's going to take it to the line? Aspect gets a slightly worse landing, and Arian goes through, taking 2 more points to the good. Banana Apple, Straw, Arian, Aspect, Jozo, Gnome, the only finishers. This is going to make a huge difference to the overall. Shame for Jozo having an absolute banger start. Let's get on board with Aspect. Dirt at checkpoint 1. This is checkpoint 1? What about dirt for? Aspect out in front right now. This is absolutely banger for our overall. Where's Arian? Arian quite far off the back of this point. That's very not good for their chances. Gnome fighting Aspect right now. Great run through. Aspect slows down a lot more. Doesn't take the wall bang. Gnome gets a good wall bang as well. Aspect's had some bad wall bangs on the first run through this map, so I don't blame them being cautious and skipping that intended wall bang. Jumping up to the finish. Gnome's clipped the side, but I think they've managed to survive it. Aspect's going to take the win. Arian is way off the back. Is Arian going to finish? This is the important one now. Is Arian going to be able to finish this map? Because for everything that matters, Arian can't finish this map. Arian's way too far back. 4 seconds. You're not going to even get to the next checkpoint in time. Wow. The RPG map has killed a fight. I'm upset about that. That's rude. I mean, everything is respawnable, but it's respawnable really badly on a couple of them. That, like, if you crash, the hard part is right before the checkpoint, and then you have to take a really safe route for the next bit, so you are losing 30 seconds, which is rough. That might have killed the fight for second place. Aspect off the back, but it looks like Arian is even further back than Aspect. Not too far. We can see Aspect in the sights. Arian must be absolutely hoping that Aspect has a major crash and a complete fail to finish. Because that's the only way that Arian's going to get back in this one. There is, of course, the finalist mode. Aspect will have to win. And I do like finalist mode. Solo taking the win on this one, actually. Out of interest. Aspect, then Straw, Arian, Jaffa, Gnome, Jofo coming across the line. The finalist mode is fantastic because if you can get the most points, but if your opponent is able to just block you from winning until if they just win every single round, they can stop you from winning overall. Which is it's a just beat me 20 times in a row. If you can do that, you deserve to win. It's a fantastic feature. I love finalist mode. Arian slightly off the back. You can kind of sense from the gameplay that Arian's exuding that they're a bit downbeaten by not finishing. A crap head hitter there. Aspect goes through. Solo gets the slowdown as well. Long drift round for Arian. Aspect not far off. Is catchable. If Aspect gets a bad bounce through here, Arian absolutely smashes into the wall. Aspect out the front. Jozo looking to take the win. Gnome hasn't got the final jump a single time, so will this be the first? Aspect crashes it. Gnome has hit the side. Jozo takes the win, followed by Gnome, Jaffa, Aspect. Arian almost manages to pick up the win over Aspect on this round, but the lead extends for Aspect. Such a rough fight to be having this final point section on, and of course it feels worse because you can feel every win and loss on these sort of maps, whereas if we were playing like the first time that it was round, it mattered just as much as this time. In fact, possibly more, because more people were not finishing rounds. Aspect has a huge crash right off the start. I think gets a landing bug on that ramp, possibly, because just didn't seem to have the speed through the next section. If Arian can manage to make this to the finish, and especially if he can score quite well, he's flying right now. Only Solo ahead of him. We focus on Arian because this is the important one. We focus on Arian, then we go back to Aspect towards the end of the map, and we see what Aspect's able to do. Beautiful run through there from Solo, but goes a bit wide. Arian just the perfect amount of speed to get over that jump. Lands cleanly. How can he deal with the final jump? Gets up there. That's a nice line for the final jump. We haven't seen too many of those. Now, where is Aspect? Is Aspect going to be able to bring this to the finish? Final jump, 15 seconds to go, and Aspect is indeed going to get the finish on this one. After failing the first jump, survives to the finish. That's, I mean, unfortunate for our overall fight, to be honest. 10 points going the way of Arian. over Aspect. Jozo doing well, but wasn't able to be consistent enough on that map. Aspect and Arian both picking up some good results. So Jozo stays quite far behind. It was possible for him to catch up. Aspect most likely going to be finalist in the next round. Needs a first or second place to claim a finalist. It is impossible for Arian to be a finalist this round. It's still so close despite that fail to finish. Straw has dropped. Good fight there with Gnome. But Straw does drop. We're back on the dirt by June. It's a good map to finish on, because this almost certainly will finish us out. You know, we've got Aspect who needs 1 or maybe 2 rounds. Like, Aspect can do it in 1, but a 3rd place or lower makes it 2 guaranteed. Arian can do it in 2, pretty much guaranteed. Jozo would need 3 rounds and high scoring in all of them. Straw's out of it pretty much. For Jozo, it's doable. For Jozo, it is doable. Still, I would say Straw is probably impossible. But we'll see. We will have to see. Who, what, where, why, and when. Serlo's calling it as an Arian map. Arian did do well the first time we came through, but Aspect wasn't too bad, but I remember Aspect potentially being less consistently at the top, having some pretty big crashes, to say the least, through some of the faster uphill turns. We'll get on board with, let's say, Jozo, because I think Jozo's going to have... Never mind, I'm completely wrong. Arian's had a fantastic start. Aspect out the back slightly. Arian, of course, realistically needs to win all of these rounds to have a chance, because if Aspect gets first or second, that's finalist, and then Arian has to win. Or, of course, somebody else could take the win, but Arian very good on dirt. We see only Jozo. Where is Aspect? Off the back. Too far off the back, I think, to be able to confirm a finalist in this round. We'll jump back up to Arian, who's out the front, taking the win. Jozo in second place. Sorry for jumping around, I forgot who was in what order. Arian, Jozo, Serlo, Gnome, Axion, Harry, Aspect, Jofo, not Jozo. Aspect goes into finalist? Really? I thought Aspect needed 22 points there. I must have done my maths wrong. Arian 2 points away from finalist. Needs Aspect not to win, basically. Right here, let's head on to Aspect, our finalist. Might as well follow the finalists, especially if they're just off the back. It's going to be a struggle for Aspect to take this finalist to the finish. And Arian is just... I mean, there's a bit of luck in getting your dream map as the map you're going to battle against as finalist, and Aspect crumbling. Jozo, big crash, unlucky there. Arian takes it through to the finish, claims finalist. Gnome, Jofo, Axion, Harry MC, Aspect through, doesn't matter where Aspect comes. Jozo losing points there though. So Jozo has the ability to go finalist this time. Aspect, yes, it could be Aspect versus Jozo if Arian takes this one. Let's hop on board with Arian on this run. This could be second place being claimed. Aspect still in the fight though, and Jozo for sure in it. Jozo showing pace on this map, but having a couple of big crashes and still scoring well. So definitely Jozo will be just hoping for a good run on this one to try and gain enough points to take the finalist, unlike last time crashing on the final corner and taking a lot less points. Arian well out in front right now though. Jozo way off the back. Arian coming round to claim second place. It is Arian. Congratulations, GG, fielding off despite the fail to finish on the RPG map. You just can't be beat. I mean, taking second place by simply, like I said, you win every single round. And there's just no way that anybody can stop you if you just keep winning and winning and winning. Now it's Jozo versus Aspect. Gnome still can't qualify this round, so that's going to be a tough one. And I have lost count of how many times we've played this map now, what round we're on of this map. So Aspect having a great start, not been playing so well until right now. Jozo crashes into the wall. Aspect out in front in finalist. Remember, Aspect in finalist. Can Action manage to stop Aspect from taking the win? Give us another round. Jozo 100% guaranteed to be taking finalist this round. And Axion does indeed deny Aspect the win. Jozo to finalist. Gnome in third place. Gnome is going to be going into finalist on this round right now. On board with Jozo. It's Jozo versus Aspect. Aspect just slid out at the start. Aspect slid out at the start. Jozo in a good position. Axion the only one to deny it right now. Is Axion going to deny 2 rounds in a row from Jozo? Now Axion's got no points. Came in late. Jozo out front. Axion good speed through there. Jozo just carries slightly more speed on the exit of the turn compared to the intro. Has to go slow through that section. Has crashed a few times on that turn. Now can Jozo hold out this last turn? Clips the wall. Beautifully done. Jozo across the line. Aspect in shambles. In 5th place. Axion could not deny again. It's all down to who can deny you from taking the win sometimes. What a round. Congratulations to everybody. Levon, Arian, Jozo, Aspect unlucky. The second person to get to finalist. Couldn't clutch it out. A difficult map to finish it out on. We will get through until we can see the scores real quick. Come on, scores. Go scores. Never mind, it's reset. Okay, whatever the points were, but we do know the first, second and third, which was Levon, congratulations, Arian, second place, and Jozo in third. Thank you very much for watching. Please join us again next time when we have more tournaments and various other things. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.